Hi everyone, my name is Simon and welcome to this video walkthrough of my Silver Screen data pipeline project built using dbt Cloud and Snowflake. In this project, I was tasked with analyzing the relationship between movie rental costs and ticket revenue for Silver Screen, a chain of movie theaters in New Jersey. The goal was to build a data pipeline that consolidates data from multiple sources, cleans it, and produces a final table showing monthly rental costs, tickets sold, and revenue for each movie across all three locations. And in this video, I'll guide you through the project structure, key transformations, how I use dbt features like macros and testing. And I will run the pipeline to show that everything executes without errors. Let's dive in. Let's start by looking at the project structure here in dbt Cloud. The project is organized into several folders. Models, where all the data transformations happen. It's broken down into several layers: staging, raw data cleaning, also facts, aggregated data like ticket sales, intermediate, the data unification and preparation, and the marts, the final reporting table. We have also other folders like macros. These are usable codes to simplify and standardize transformation. And we have also tests, custom SQL tests to validate data integrity. So let's open the macro SQL file to see how I simplified repetitive code using dbt macros. In dbt, macros are usable code blocks written in Jinja, a popular templating language for Python. The great thing is that you don't need to master Jinja to use macros in dbt. It's simple and intuitive. Here I've created two macros. First macro is called month trunc. This macro truncates a given date to the first day of the month by using date trunc function. It helps standardize date aggregation across different models. The second macro is fill nulls. This macro fills nulls values in a column with unknown by using coalesce function. It ensures consistency in handling missing value across model. I'll show you how I use these macros in the staging models in just a moment. Now let's take a look how I define the raw data sources. Let's open the sources file, Silver Screen sources. So this file connects dbt to the raw data tables stored in Snowflake. Each source is defined with name, database, schema, making it easy to reference in models. For example, invoices, this is the rental cost invoices, and movie catalog. This is the movie catalog. Contains details about all movies, and all the NG1, NG2, NG3 transactions data from 3 theater locations. In my SQL models, I reference these sources using the source function. We will see it later. Now, next, let's look at how I documented the models and added tests to ensure data quality. So let's open the schema YAML file. This is the schema YAML file. This file defines documentation for each model and adds built-in dbt tests. Like, let's see where I added the relationship also here. So in this model is intermediate all location ticket revenue. We'll see later what model it is. So for this model, I applied not null for movie ID, and also relationship tests to validate for foreign key links between tables. So here, and these tests help catch issues early during the pipeline execution. Now let's look at the dbt project YAML file. This file manages project settings. By default, dbt materializes models as views, but here I specified some models to be tables for better performance. I can also override settings directly in a model using the config function if needed. So now let me walk you through how data flows through each layer of the pipeline, from raw data to the final reporting table. First, the staging layer. In the staging layer, I clean the raw data. For example, in this model, I use the fill nulls macro to replace missing genre and ratings with unknown. I also use the source to reference to the source that I talked about before. So I give the function source, the name that I gave to the dataset, and the table I want to reference to. Now let's move to the facts. And the facts here, I'm aggregating ticket sales per month and movie ID. I use the macro month trunk. So again, to group the data monthly and calculate total tickets. Now let's move to the intermediate layer. So first, in the intermediate all location tickets revenue, I union all the three facts table. If you see here, I reference to the model in the facts layer. I give the ref function, then you give the name of the table inside it. Like this, you reference to this model. So here in this model, I union all the three facts models together for the three locations. Then after that, in the monthly rental revenue, monthly rental costs for all the location, I reference I use the source to reference to the invoices table. So here we have the rental cost. And after that, I create the two models. Let's see how I combine the rental cost and the revenue together. Here again, I used a reference. So I referenced to all location ticket revenue to this one. And I left join and reference to the int all location rental cost. Int all location rental cost. Like this, I created the int combined rental cost and revenue. Yeah, and now let's see how our final layer that has the final model. So this table shows rental cost, tickets sold, revenue per movie for each location and per month. Here also the same, I use the reference to the int combined rental costs, and it's joined with the staging clean movie catalog. So now let's see let's quickly look at the lineage diagram. Here to see how data flows through the pipeline. So let's open it. Sorry, just a second. I will show. See, now you can see how the data starts from the raw sources, flows to the staging. Let's say here we see the to the staging. Sorry, here is the source to the staging, and here also in the source to the facts monthly revenue, and also source to the int all location, and all of these two, and these two combines in the combined rental cost and revenue, and then they create the marked final revenue. And now let's check, just second. So now let's check the test I implemented to ensure data accuracy. So I have several tests. Sorry, it's here. So first, so let's see, this test ensures that rental cost is greater than 0 when it has value. So null values are allowed when there is no rental data available. So if we run this, we should have 0 rows. That means that everything is okay. So when we run test, I will show you how we can run the test. If the test will run this SQL query, and if we have something, if we have more than one row, or sorry, more than 0 rows, so 1 row and more, the test will fail. The second test is to ensure that revenue is always greater than 0. Null values are not allowed since revenue should always have a value. And for the tickets, for the ticket souls, it ensures that it's always greater than 0 also. Null values are not allowed since ticket sales should always have a value. So now let's run the test. I can run dbt test, and this will run the generic test. These are generic tests. It will run also the tests that were predefined in the schema. This test, that the relationship, not null, some unique for the movie ID in the staging clean movie catalog table. So now let's run here. You give dpt test and it will do its job. So we run it, and as you can see, we have 21 tests and all of them passed. We have 0 errors. Like I said, if something went wrong, it will show us an error. Now let's run the full pipeline to make sure everything works. For that, we are going to use dpt build, and this will run a test and build the models also at the same time. So, and if anything went wrong by when doing the test, it will stop and skip the models. So let's dbt build. Let's see, everything works good. It created here. If we go inside it, we can see that what it's doing is create or replace view. Why view? Because if you remember, in the project YAML file, let's open it. In the project YAML file, for the facts, what we chose view. So now it's running view. For the others, let's staging models, what we chose table. If you remember also, let's see inside of it, create or replace transient table. So it's creating a table. Same for all of the others. So after creating the staging, it's running here the singular test. So and also it will run the at the end the generic test also after creating the whole models. And yeah, now let's switch over. As we see now, we run the dbt build and we build all the models. Now let's switch to dbt, and to see the finals, here are the tables. If we go, this is our project. Here in the public are those are the raw data, the tables, the raw tables. What dbt did, it created a schema inside of our database. I called it dbt transformed. Here everything I built with dbt, it will be built here, created here in the dbt transform. As you can see, views, we have the facts, and the tables are all the others, the staging, the intermediate, the parts. So like this, we built a complete data pipeline using dbt cloud and Snowflake, from raw data ingestion to fully tested and validated final table. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Bye bye.